Hey, what's up guys? It's Rob, and I just want to make a quick video and tell you guys a little bit about what you can expect from your EMT course. First thing you're going to get is a book. Mine cost me about $250. It came with the online learning section too, which is pretty sweet because it reads the chapters to me if I want. It also has good practice tests and some learning tools that help you study. Another thing you'll get is a blood pressure cuff and a stethoscope. You might have to buy it, they might give it to you, whatever the case is. But make sure you practice with this a lot, because you only go over it a couple times in class and that's it. So you don't want to lose that skill that you learned from getting this. Some things that I wish I would have known before the class started was how much anatomy we're going to learn. If you've taken an anatomy class in the past, you're good, but I hadn't, so learning all the anatomy was tough. Took me a while, a lot of studying, but something that you could touch up on before the class started, just so you know what they're talking about. It just makes it a lot easier for yourself. Let's see, what else? Some of the times the instructors during the class will talk about their experiences. Most of the time they're going to be talking about their experiences and basing what you're learning on that particular chapter based on their experiences and all that. A lot of times you'll have the instructors not really go word for word out of the book, but the tests are word for word out of the book. So you're going to definitely want to read the chapters. It's annoying, it sucks, I hate reading the chapters, but like I said, luckily with this book, I have an audio book, so I just play that, highlight while it goes through, and it works out pretty well for me. I wouldn't say I listen to all of them, but for the chapters that have a lot of information, like cardio emergencies, respiratory emergencies, anatomy, I definitely listened to the audiobook and went through and highlighted. If you don't have the audiobook, just read it. Sucks, you're going to have to do it, and it's going to help you out better in the long run. Let's see. I'm sure another thing you're going to want to know is how much of a commitment it is. For me, my class is one semester. It's twice a week from 9:30 to 1:30 in the afternoon. And I spend about 5 hours a week studying, give or take. If we have a big test coming up, I'll study a little bit more. But the class definitely isn't easy. I would not say it's easy. There's a lot of information covered in a short period of time, so it's important to grasp what you can from each chapter, and before you know it, you're moving on to the next chapter. We'll go over maybe 1 or 2 chapters in the class and just keep it going. But that being said, it's still manageable because the chapters kind of mix into each other. There'll be information from one in the next, and they'll rely on each other, which is good. But definitely take your time and do practice tests if you can. If they're offered, I'm sure you could find some on Quizlet. I did that sometimes. Just Googled some EMT practice tests, and they definitely help prepare me for the tests. Another thing about the tests are that they can be a little hard and confusing because there'll be questions and they'll have about 3 right answers, but you're going to have to pick the one that's the most right, which can be really annoying. I know after all of our tests, all of us get together and we're always like, oh, this question was so hard, and we talk about them to find out which one was the most right. Another thing is there are a lot of tests in my class in particular. I mean, everyone's class might be a little bit different, but we have a test just about every week, and they are a little bit tricky. The nice part is we take the test over again, so you take it once, you don't do so good, you take it again anyway, so that is pretty nice. But just to know that there are a lot of tests, so you will be studying probably on the weekends or whenever, depending on your schedule and how your class is set up. Me personally, I like to study in groups, so I'll get together with maybe 1 or 2 classmates and we'll get together and study either, the day before the test, or show up early for class and study before the test in the morning, whatever it takes, and just bounce questions on and off each other of things that we're confused about, and this way we could study as a group. It's really helpful It's real easy to just, get someone's phone number that sits at your table and text them and be like, yo, let's study before the test. Most of the time they're going to say yes, but they got something to do and they got something to do, and you just got to study by yourself. But it's not a big deal. Just make sure you're reading over things that you have questions about. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Let me know if there's any other questions you guys have down below, and I'll be sure to make another video and answer them. If you guys have questions about taking blood pressures or anything, just let me know and drop it down below, and I'll be able to hook you guys up with another video.